The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. The pendulum of the mind oscillates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, morphine, or idealism. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Mistakes are, after all, the foundations of truth, and if a man does not know what a thing is, it is at least an increase in knowledge if he knows what it is not. Whatever is rejected from the self appears in the world as an event. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light of meaning in the darkness of mere being. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. The best political, social, and spiritual work we can do is to withdraw the projection of our shadow onto others. The first half of life is devoted to forming a healthy ego. The second half is going inward and letting go of it. Nothing has a stronger influence psychologically on their environment and especially on their children than the unlived life of the parent. The reason for evil in the world is that people are not able to tell their stories. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. If there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. Sensation tell us a thing is. Thinking tell us what it is this thing is. Feeling tells us what this thing is to us. We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. Find out what a person fears most, and that is where he will develop next. Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. Sometimes you have to do something unforgivable just to be able to go on living. The bigger the crowd, the more negligible the individual becomes. Every mother contains her daughter in herself, and every daughter her mother, and every mother extends backwards into her mother and forwards into her daughter. Midlife is the time to let go of an over-dominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. Without this playing with fantasy, no creative work has ever yet come to birth. The debt we owe to the play of the imagination is incalculable. My whole being was seeking for something still unknown, which might confer meaning upon the banality of life. Know all the theories, master all the techniques, but as you touch a human soul, be just another human soul. Nobody, as long as he moves among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. It all depends on how we look at things and not how they are in themselves. We are not what happened to us, we are what we wish to become. We cannot change anything unless we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. It all depends on how we look at things and not how they are in themselves. We are born at a given moment, in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. I don't aspire to be a good man. I aspire to be a whole man. Faith, hope, love, and insight are the highest achievements of human effort. They are found, given by experience. The majority of my patients consisted not of believers, but of those who had lost their faith. Children are educated by what the grown-up is and not by his talk. Life is a battleground. It always has been and always will be. And if it were not so, existence would come to an end. The world will ask who you are, and if you do not know, the world will tell you. One who looks outside dreams. One who looks inside awakens. Often the hands will solve a mystery that the intellect has struggled with in vain. A creative person has little power over his own life. He is not free. He is captive and driven by his daimon. When you're up against a wall, put down roots like a tree until clarity comes from deeper sources to see over that wall and grow. Intuition does not denote something contrary to reason, but something outside of the province of reason. The wrong we have done, thought, or intended will wreak its vengeance on our souls. Real liberation comes not from glossing over or repressing painful states of feeling, but only from experiencing them to the full.